face off. We're gonna talk your face off. We're gonna talk your face off. 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 Talk your face off.
Hey, Pablo.
Yo. So I think
came to my side of the state, the U.S. I came to your side of the U.S. Now we're back together. I lost you. You went mute. It says unmute your mic. There
we go. Every time I mutes, it must be a loose connection. Let me make sure. Okay, so I realized when in the summertime, the studio was half the distance from work to the studio, and now I'm going full distance all the way home. So it gives me like a small window, and I've been scrambling up to set up. Like before, I was in the trailer, so we knew trailer was a controlled environment every time for the most part, and now I'm trying to like get set up out here and figure out how to do it all. And so I'm working out some bugs, as they say. Working out the bugs.
Gotta get it.
Yep. But I do like the way that this little area is coming along. I was thinking about doing it from the garage, but I think I'm gonna just do it from here from now on.
Yeah,
it's a nice little backdrop. And once I get everything dialed in, I'll move things around. But I think I might still do some build videos in the wintertime from the garage while I'm building. I haven't done that in a while.
Well, man, what has been up? We've been running all kinds of directions.
Yeah, I know, right?
We're busy. I was feeling it. I was like about to crash out before things started. So trying to amp myself up.
It's sometimes you got to do what you got to do, right?
Right.
I know I haven't had any energy drinks or anything like that, and I'm like, man, I'm feeling it right now. I haven't even had dinner. I just came in and got set up. Yeah.
All right. So why don't you give a rundown on some of the topics that we're going to discuss tonight, so as people maybe watching later will kind of know about where we're going.
Yeah, I'm
in here.
Give me 2 seconds. I'm writing it all down.
All right. I'll say shout outs. Mike Carter was here. He's one of the first guys in here. Was the first guy in here. I saw him in Cali. Got to say hi. Got to hang out.
Nice.
Give him some stickers. And I don't know. I'd say we hung out probably 45 minutes to an hour-ish. And kind of, we started in front of like the Vanquish tent. And we walked to my rental car. Then we went over and I called RC driver by the wrong name.
Oh no!
I didn't get to tell Mike that. And Mike,
you call him Francis? He looks like a Francis.
He didn't save me.
No,
leave it. No. So I was trying to remember. There was somebody there that I was trying to remember. His name was Rich, and it's just burning my head. Like that name was just forefront of my mind. So that I for whatever reason, I know Greg well, and I called him Rich. Anyway, it was one of those funny moments that we had between us, and I got called out on it for not knowing his name.
Like,
it was pretty funny. I know I'm such a jerk. I'm so bad with names, but I know of all people, I know his name.
I know.
Everybody knows RC driver.
That's the worst. Do you ever fear that? Do you ever feel that you're going to run into someone from high school or something like that you knew really well, and you won't even recognize who they are?
Really?
Like, I fear that, like, because I don't talk to anyone from high school.
No, I'd say the one thing that's weird is that people are taller than you think they are. A lot of them. Josh was a lot taller than I thought he was. I mean, probably because we did hang out with Joe.
Was he like 5'5"? You thought he was like 4'11"?
No, he was tall. He was, and then Greg was tall too, RC driver.
Yeah, he seems tall.
Really? I don't know, because he always leans on his desk, I guess.
Yeah.
he's like, I just didn't know what to expect, and I guess I don't know what I thought he was for height wise, and I mean,
Like taller than you?
no,
It's pretty tall.
yeah, I'm pretty tall.
Yeah.
Like Carter says, I thought you'd be bigger. I'm a big guy. But no, I mean, it's just funny how you in your mind, like you picture somebody and then you see them, it's like, oh, different, like proportions, because video does stuff too, you know.
Yeah. Like breath.
When you see him and you're like, oh, okay, man. I knew who it was immediately, but it's also like it's different.
Yeah.
What I thought they looked like.
You're like,
So,
your breath
anyway,
doesn't
it's
smell
fun.
like what I thought it was going to smell like.
Yeah. Worse, right?
I know. You're
Yeah.
like, wait a minute.
What's up, Crawler Baller? All right, let's give a quick shout out to people. I only got to Mike Carter, Saturn 5, Rooster, North Rock, Brian, Travis. Hey, Travis, again, I talked to him on the phone today. He's worked on welding me gates for the
Oh, nice.
starting gates.
That's cool.
Easy Des Rider, RC Jeep guy.
I think it's AZ Desert Rider.
Oh, yeah, AZ Desert Rider. I get the AZ, like Arizona.
Yeah.
Gems.
We own.
Gems, Josh.
Yeah, buddy.
Uh-huh.
Nice. So,
All right,
little
give a quick rundown. What do we got?
Quick rundown. Perceived value versus social value.
Okay.
I wonder what we could be talking about. Crawling scene, the new race scene, new products or reliable with parts support, or old, like new products or old products that have part support, reliability, that kind of thing. Companies creating new things, not from ground up, like rehashing, or are there companies creating all new stuff or not? Why are they not creating it? And then the last one, I don't think we'll get to, but it's kind of one of my conspiracy ones. Is AI hurting or helping RC and YouTube?
Well, anything in general. I had this conversation with. Who did I have this conversation with? Oh, a new person I'd never talked to on the phone today. He called out of the blue. Really liked him.
He's like, "Can I tell you about our insurance plans, Mr. CC?"
No, and we got into we're talking about idiocracy. We started talking about
Nice.
TikTok,
Yeah,
and videos, and being able to use, music that way. Like if I make you a video, we can't put that music under, but you can cut it up to a reel and you can have it Instagram add that music because they'll do the licensing charades for you, And he's saying how they don't have it, and they got into TikTok, and I'm like, oh, I hate that stuff. I don't like the stuff where it's like you doing the play thing to whatever audio track that is the popular track, and then miming your mouth to it or whatever, and then I don't love that stuff. Not
I do like
creative,
they gave it to me though. When you do a video they gave it to me.
Yeah.
That one works.
Yeah,
but that one's old.
But the AI, we started talking about especially those camera videos, like the Ring Cam videos. Those are so easy to fake because it's already crappy video. Yeah. So the one of the cat saving the little baby from a bear.
My wife got
about to be eaten by the alligator.
Yeah, she got on one of them. She saw an eagle taking a cat or something like that.
Yeah, that was another.
And I was like, I looked at it and I was like, wait a minute. And I go, see how it says Sora kind of bouncing around.
Yeah, the other one rescued it, right? Like the goat or whatever. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
I
mean, all that stuff. It's too good, and so it's like it's twisting the perception of reality. We're such a big social experiment. I think people are going to look back at our generation and be like, "What the crap were they doing?"
Dude. Yeah, and then there's people like me that go down all the conspiracy rabbit holes, and what's holograms and what's not holograms. And I'm like,
but it's spoken by who are perceived experts because you don't know really what their standing is, but they've got these credentials, and so then anything they say is true. My son was spouting something about Genghis Khan and a million pile stack of bones in a city that somebody thought was a mountain. It's like, well, are there pictures of that? I mean, there's not going to be, right? It's King of, but I'm like, that's not how he was shown in Bill and Ted's Excellent Adventure. So
I know, right? Socrates. And Abraham Lincoln.
But
So that
anyway,
was
it's like it's so crazy. But like really the thing of like us pretending to be somebody else and other people watching that, or us watching like a video of me just sitting here while somebody falls and does something like it's somebody else's content, but you want to repurpose it, so you just put yourself in like the vanity that's involved in that, like of a like you
yeah.
know, like you get into a
Yeah.
whole lot of levels of talk. Like and I was telling him, I just prefer this kind of stuff. I love to hear from people, real people.
Yep.
I go on and I listen to live streams. I listen to
Yep.
people talk. They may not have the right answers exactly, but it's real people generating real stuff
Yeah.
that with the intent of being useful.
Well, that's the thing. That's the thing that's going to be tough because when people try to capture that and then repost it, how do you know which
Yeah.
one it is? Right? Like, unless you're sitting there, I think that's what's going to end up happening. I think these artists are going to be coming back to being performative, right?
Yeah.
Like paintings. Like, I don't know if you've ever seen a performance art painting. It's pretty
Yeah.
cool.
It's
Like,
pretty
you know what I mean? It's pretty neat when you're sitting there and you're watching and you're like, you have no idea what they're painting. And then all of a sudden it's like,
they flip it
whoa,
upside down at the end. And you're like, oh,
yeah.
yeah,
Abraham
I love
Lincoln.
that stuff, man. They're doing it all
Yeah.
upside down and just throwing paint at it and straight.
Mhm.
Matt Flanagan, I use AI quite a bit for it. So I think AI has benefits. I think even in the writing, like I've used it before. It's like
Yeah.
I've written this. I know it sounds mean. I'm not trying to be mean. How can I say this so that it won't be
What?
mean?
Like, I'm coming from Oregon. Just
Right?
kidding.
I'm trying to say this in a positive way, and I want it to be read
Right.
positively. But
Right.
every time I say it, it feels when you read it negative, right? And
Mhm.
so it helps with that. It helps with a whole bunch of stuff. But the
Yep.
whole video and photo thing and the realism of it,
Yeah.
you're gonna it's one, I think, you know, we've already started down the rabbit hole with desensitizing violence through super realistic violence in video games,
Yep.
right? So then seeing it in real life, you're desensitized to it because you've seen it what it actually looks like through a video game and it doesn't bother you
Right.
anymore, right?
Right.
So then we're going to get that with video, right? And we're going to have all these videos of like this kid going up and doing the doorbell dash thing and then getting hit by a car, right?
Right.
Have you seen that one? The Ring camera one
Yeah.
where the 3 kids go up and he runs back and gets hit by a car. Like that
Yeah.
kind of stuff, you're just not gonna they're almost desensitizing people to death and being,
For sure.
you know, brutalized, you know, like brutality
Yeah.
isn't anything to you know, it happens. Like it changes. So anyway, I think that,
It's-
you know, compassion, but also like you're not going to believe people.
That's, I
Actually
think
do
that's going to be a tough one.
you
Yeah.
can't believe anything, even if you see it with your own eyes now. Like it's like
Well, and
I
it's funny
don't know.
because even if it is real, you second guess it. Like, not, I don't mean this in any political way, but there is, I don't remember if it was a Charlie Kirk thing that Trump was responding to or something, but they had, he had like tiny hands in it, and he was sitting like this at the table.
Yeah.
And I was like, something about that doesn't look right. Like, and you know how sometimes camera forces perspective and it just doesn't
Yeah.
look right. But it, the fact that I'm questioning it and I'm like, is that AI? Like, what was that? Like, you know what I mean? Like, I think that's the part where it's like, it's a slippery slope when it comes to that kind of thing.
Oh, look at Josh sneaking in with his sunglasses on. He's sitting up on that mountaintop looking down on all the rest of us again. I don't know why that's what came to mind when I talked to Nicole about like, can I give him a hard time when I first ever meet him? Is that cool? It's like, yeah. And that's just what kind of came to mind. I don't know.
Yeah.
Now I'm just kind of sticking with it. I'm a one-trick pony. You'll learn that. I don't have a whole lot going on up here.
That's funny. Axial 32 said it's definitely getting out of hand quickly. I think that's the thing that's scary is that where we were a year ago to where we are now and how fast technology, like I was discussing this with someone else. They were talking about like architecture.
Well, are they
there's
going to
like
stop demonetizing all videos because it's like AI is making it all anyway, and like
Probably
it's getting the most views anyway, so it's taking away views because people want to see the fake stuff because it's way more like outrageous,
right.
Or because they don't want to pay people for just zero work of,
Or
you know, I don't know. We'll see.
Or
I'm
like the America's
curious
Funniest Home.
how it works.
Yeah, like the America's Funniest Home Videos model, right?
Mhm.
Like how like how often do you capture gold of something like, a cat flying off a couch and tumbling or whatever, and it's
Yeah.
hilarious, versus now you can just program it to be like, I want
Well,
to see the cat.
and the things that we actually are able to do in real life are going to be so much less cool because what
Mhm.
AI has already shown us is way cooler. So it's like, should I even bother filming the stuff I'm doing myself anyway? Because it doesn't stack up to how outrageous AI can do it, right?
But at the
All
same
good
time, the other side,
questions. And you said we
yeah.
weren't going to talk about it. You did that intentionally to talk about it first.
I was going to say the other side of that
Mhm.
coin is that you can now, maybe people are putting down the phone and enjoying the moment. You know what I mean? Like when we were on
I
our
do that
trip
a lot
to
more.
DC, right? I know.
Yeah.
I especially, so we took that trip to DC and there's a bunch of kids on their phones and parents on their phones, right? And I was shooting through an analog camera, like not analog, but like, you know what I mean? Like not anything connected to anything, and just kind of taking it all in through my lens. And it was shocking how many images I had of people doing this, looking down,
Yeah.
right? In the coolest places that we could be, people are doing
Yeah.
this. And part of me is like, you want to give some benefit of the doubt. Are they looking up something that we're looking at? Or are they
Yeah.
just
Getting
flipping through
information.
TikTok? Yeah.
Yeah. We've been trained our whole
Yeah.
lives, fellas. We're exactly where they want us to be
You know
since
what? I think I'm gonna spend some time and make a tin hat this Halloween, and just have my tin hat over here so I can put it on. Maybe I'll do it out of a baseball hat. I can put a little cone up there. I think that would be sweet.
Okay.
Stephen Hawking.
Stephen Hawking
Did
doing the half pipe too was pretty cat. And then there was like a
you
cat
see the
doing a half
monster
pipe.
truck?
Yep.
Did you see
The
Stephen
monster truck.
Hawkins doing the monster truck doing a
Oh, I
backflip?
haven't seen that yet. So that kind of stuff I'm all right with. Like, but again, it's like when you can generate not real stuff that's so wild and fun, and like, do we
Right.
need to even film real stuff anymore? Because the stuff that we
Or
want to see, we can make it happen just by typing it in.
Mr. Rogers hanging out with Eazy-E, or
Oh yeah, I
oh,
did see. It wasn't Easy E that I saw, or was
Bob
it? It was
Ross,
Easy E. Yes, no, Snoop Dogg.
Snoop Dogg. Yeah.
Yeah.
And then there's Bob Ross too. Bob Ross is doing, there's some funny AI Bob Ross stuff out
Yeah.
there. I'm like, it's too funny.
All right. Well, that's a
Okay,
good
so
segue.
let's talk about, okay, what was your
Because
segue?
we're still talking about perceived value and social value.
There you
Right?
go. There you go. That's
Perception,
exactly where we're going. Yeah,
reality, not reality. But the same thing happens with value, right?
right.
So we're even talking about with video. What's the value anymore of it? If there's better video that's for free and easy to make,
Is it handcrafted or
let's
is
talk about
mass produced?
RC cars.
Yeah,
Perceived value. That's a thing, right? Like,
yeah.
what do I value something at based on what I need it to be and what it is? And it's
Right.
going to be different than what somebody else values at. But then there's a whole social value factor, right?
Mhm. The FOMO. What does
Yeah.
FOMO stand for? Fear of missing out.
Missing out.
There it is.
All of them are real. And
Yeah.
so like first, like this whole thing with the pricing on the Reefs thing has just kind of got me going. Again, because we all sit there and Monday morning quarterback, or now I guess Tuesday morning is the only morning of the week that you wouldn't actually maybe be playing football.
I know,
Tuesday,
right?
Wednesday morning quarterback. Because we think we know what it costs to make something now when we do it as an individual at our home, but we don't take
Right.
into consideration the cost of our house as part of our expenses
Right.
because we're paying for that through our job and whatever. But we don't
Right.
give that to businesses that have to have buildings to operate out of and hire employees and have molds made and do all this stuff that's not just one-off stuff that you're doing in your
Insurance
garage.
and lawyers.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yep.
So that kind of stuff is just one of those reminders, like, yeah, you can make something for half the cost of that. Totally can do it.
Yeah.
But you're getting pieces that are made in more mass-produced ways, usually, or the parts that aren't the mass-produced, like the chassis are easier to do small runs on if they're cut,
Mhm.
right? That's easier to do because there's no molding and all that. But
Right.
even the
Right.
axles are cut,
CNC.
like, yeah.
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah.
that's not cheap. They
Well,
did a lot of things the expensive way, but the good way. They're not like Sinter
yeah.
making the axles. They're not molding them. But even if they did, they'd have to pay to have a mold made to inject the
Right. Well, let's think
metals.
about this big picture, right? And Josh could probably chime in on just how long the program runs for a single set of axles. I would bet a single set of axles on something custom is probably I honestly don't have an idea, but I would assume it'd be in like the 3-hour range just to cut them. Just at the point after it's programmed, just to
And
press
that
go.
solid piece of metal is not cheap,
No, but then you got to think of the design process,
right?
the engineering process,
All the testing time that the guys would go out and test them. And again, we're talking a small number run. This is
Right.
small batch run stuff.
right.
So
right.
anyway, like, so there's, we have a perceived value based on what the market has and other things, like the Mias axles, which are mass produced
Mhm.
in larger quantities, done in a different type of processing. So yeah, I'm not trying to defend him, but I'm trying to defend the process. Like,
Mhm.
it's just different.
Well, here's the thing though too. For
And getting
marketing,
on the top people to design it isn't cheap either.
no. And the marketing aspect of that though, there's that other social value, right? So the social value about it, hour and a half each done efficiency, but China uh, will often you ease the manpower efficient machining, right? So there you go. So what he's saying,
Reef's price here is a whole market broken because China ripped off all the world's art research and development.
right?
So they're not having to pay, but even when they do pay, they don't pay them well. So they get guys that aren't paid well for their research and development.
Yeah. Well, and the thing is too is that, like, for instance, there's lifestyle brands and there's economic brands, right? Reefs is definitely a lifestyle brand. Element was that at first, but Reefs, just meaning like the way they kind of modeled their thing. Their lifestyle was a budget-friendly Swiss Army knife kind of a thing. Reef's lifestyle is like, how would I say it? Like a buck
We're going to
knife,
talk about
like
that
some,
later too.
yeah, but like a buck knife, right? Like,
Yeah.
a buck knife is a good, solid, dependable knife that you can pass down. I think Reefs is definitely like, I've never had anything from Reefs. I've had one servo fail, and it was a total fluke. Other than that, they have all been awesome. And I'm not just saying that because we're talking about Reefs right now, but I mean, they're like people that pay attention to that QC. It makes a difference. And when they're, a little bit more, I don't like saying though, a little bit more bougie, but it is a nice supercar in the mix of economy cars, in my
But
opinion.
he's also built a reputation, but also just a social
For sure.
hype around his brand. Like, and
Yeah.
you can't negate that, right?
Right.
People want to be around them at events.
Yeah.
It's all right, Roshi Jeep guy. We get you. He's trying so hard to say Reese. And to the point where people are tattooing it on him, right? I did see a Vanquish tattoo as well, like behind the neck with the little driver guy, like the stick figure guy. So, there's certain brands that have that appeal that all the other companies strive to try and create, because you want that type of ownership of people. Like, they feel like they are that brand, right?
Well, and they go to bat for their brand all the time. I mean, just like I was going to bat for Reese. Like at first we talked offline and I was like, I don't know, bro. Like, that's pretty expensive. But then I remembered what comes with getting Reef stuff and like what Reef stuff is like social wise. And it's like, okay, yeah, I get it now. Like, I totally get it. Like, it's yeah. And I think that there's also a lot of, it's one of those crawler baller. I have a Vanquish tattoo.
The stick figure guy, yeah.
Tony's got an Amigo or RC Amigos tattoo. So right next to Roy Orbison. if you know that movie, Waterboy, you'll know where Roy Orbison is.
Yeah.
So, Ah,
How much snow do you have now? Yeah, it's there's value is seen in so many different ways.
yeah.
And a lot of it comes down to how people think about things as well. Like some people's value is in their ability, right? Like I can make it better or cheaper,
Yeah.
right? That's what I
Right.
hear them saying. Like I'm better and smarter than them, and I can do it cheaper. Like there's some of them that definitely have that kind
That's
of
from Waterboy. Yeah.
yeah. Don't tell mama.
No, there are definitely people with that mentality. And it's
Yeah.
the same mentality when you're like building a kit. Like, oh, I could piece together this kit for cheaper.
Yeah.
Nope.
No,
Never
you
works.
can't when you buy them
And-
one off. And I started putting one together to try and like be like, oh yeah, well here's what it's going to cost. And you can, but again, the parts aren't the same fit and finish. You're going to
Mm-mm.
get some 3D printed parts. You're going to get some, you know, some parts that are maybe a little lesser in order to just try to do it, you know.
Mhm.
You're just jamming things together in order to make it happen and have the same features, but they're not necessarily made to work together in the way that this is designed. So
Yeah.
anyway,
So Harley, that's an interesting. And I've been out of Ot6 for a minute. I used to run their tires when I crawled. Did a lot more crawling. But is it? I'm assuming that Wizard is their transmission. I haven't looked at them side by side. Are they clones or are they just different components? Both are produced in the same place, but the price difference is about 2.5 times.
the axles. So they're
No,
axles.
I think
I see Team Ot 6 Racing Wizard C2 complete. That's the whole truck.
okay.
It's $500
I don't
for
know
the crawler kit.
the whole car. I haven't even seen that one. It's been a minute. I haven't been on Ot6 stuff since like 2018, 2017. I used to love their wheels and foams, or their tires and foams. I mean, I might. Oh yeah, I have a setup here on my Vanquish. Does putting aluminum parts on a Losi LMT 2.0 monster truck chassis mess up the chassis or no? Tony, that's a question for you.
I missed it.
The name Reese is what
Aluminum parts
tends to carry it.
will mess up the chassis. It shouldn't.
Maybe the
Should
balance.
not.
Oh, I see. I got you, Harley. Yeah, like I know too, like with Reefs, some of the black label stuff that other companies have that are Reef-esque things too are slightly watered down or under what's the word? Underclocked. Like if you're a computer guy and you clock your computer faster or whatnot. I know that there's things like that too where there's nice components out there that don't have the name but have a brother sister ship with them that way. There's other things too, like with Vanquish.
So the Wizard used to be
Reach.
$800 when it first came out.
So I was going to say there's things too, like with the Vanquish, with like Reef stuff, with certain top tier components. In my opinion, there's a big difference. Like honestly, like I love, like when I talk about the associated stuff, it's because I started it, and the Red Cat. When I was a Red Cat guy before I was Associated or Element for when it comes to crawlers. I liked them because of their price point, but when I got my first Vanquish, it's like, oh, I understand now. Like I get it. Like I get the idea. Or when you get a certain component, like for instance, like when Castle was one of the only brushless ESCs that was a crawler ESC, and you made the jump and finally ponied up and bought a Castle, you're like, oh, okay, I understand now. Or the fancy Hobby Wing, the axe, like when the axe first came out, and you got the big axe, the nice system, and you're like, okay, that's why that's a premium cost. Like there's a huge difference and I don't think people realize it until they actually get to that point, and when they actually, when they trade up or do whatever and get the parts that way. Because like building as a builder, I would say the best build experience I've had is for sure the Vanquish. And then I would say after that would be the Element and then the Axial. On the Axial, I just felt like it was a little, I don't know. It just didn't seem as buttery as the Element.
Transmission on the Elements are good, but the ones on the Axial are pretty they're pretty bulletproof, I would say. At least but I would say there's something smooth about almost feels like, Tamiya smooth, like they're
and well, on the shocks,
the gears is what it's got to be.
Yeah, the Element shocks are so much better than, in my opinion. Sorry, Harley. I think the Element shocks are better than the Vanquish shocks, but the Vanquish as overall is
one on the mullet feel really good.
Yeah. One of the worst since Vatera
design, yeah. So let's talk design and new.
Okay.
Is that the next one?
Sure.
Because this was a new ground up design, but they don't have anything they're pushing out of market with it. So I saw a Thunder RC video. I love his videos, by the way. If you guys aren't subscribed to Thunder RC, dude hammers those RCs, like treats them well, but sends them to the moon and back and lands them. Awesome to watch. And he builds them super durable and does a lot with M2C. But he did a video where he's just talking to camera, which is not him at all. And I'm like, whoa, what's going on here? I want to see this. But he was basically, kind of ripping on the companies a little for like, you're just like, even X-Max, the Traxxas is just the same thing with a new, more expensive body, like a $200 body. And he's like, it's thin for how much they're asking for it.
Oh,
it's really thinner than normal Lexan bodies. It's Traxxas thin. Like there's no real bracing for it. Like,
interesting.
For that cost, he's like, I don't see the value. Like, what's the $200 in that? And then, the wheels are another. So you're, $400 more for the Traxxas version,
right?
No, $200 more because you got to buy it without a body. Anyway, but it costs more too, I think, out the gate, or it costs the same without. I don't even know, but it's more expensive. But then it was like, and then Arrma, we're seeing like more Groms, same platforms, little different skin. We're seeing a lot of just new colors thrown out, but not really any new. Maybe a small running update of like electronics or whatever, But there's part of me that says I'm okay with it. Like, we have this need as people that are so close to the hobby for something new all the time because we're always running our ones that we have, and we want to see something new. The only problem with that is when the new comes out, what does it do to the old?
Obsolete it.
Makes it obsolete.
Yeah.
And then the parts stop being made for it. And then the RC that you bought a year ago doesn't have a shelf life of more than 2 years.
Right.
And So how does that make the aftermarket feel good about making stuff for your product that's not going to be around and selling in order to sell more parts for them? How do you then, as a person that owns one, sell one of your RCs later down the road when there's no more parts left for it? So
Mhm.
to completely change something from the ground up all the time, just for the sake of innovation, doesn't, even though we want to see it, it doesn't make sense, because you can always make things better. And
Yeah.
if you're always making things better, you're never giving the last one a chance. And they're
Yep.
they're just disappearing so fast that then when you spend that much money on them and you know that you're not going to get parts for it, like
Right.
you by that asking for something like that, like you're asking for to remove any value from any RC that you buy. So yes, the price is going up, but the value of what you're buying goes down too, because
Yeah.
the longevity of ownership for it goes down. That doesn't happen with a Slash, right? Somebody
Right.
bought a Slash 10 years ago. Guess what? You can still get parts for that truck
Yep.
today.
Right. Well, that's what I was going to say. I think most of the bashers and crawlers fall into that hole where it just moves on, and then it's like, it's a Viterra or it's a blah blah blah. You don't get parts for it. I think touching back on that tariff thing, I don't think necessarily the tariffs are going to be the issue. I think it's just that the economic times are. It's hard for a company to sink in a big investment. I would assume. I don't know. This is just me assuming that it would be hard for a company to like sink in a bunch of money into tooling, mold making, all this kind of stuff, not knowing what the climate's going to be like in the next year.
Right.
If there's going to be Harley just said the influx of money after COVID was like huge for companies and for people. But yeah, I think that heyday is over.
I remember being so bummed. All I wanted was an HPI Flux, and then I couldn't get one.
Right.
I still
Right.
hadn't bought one yet, right? There's a
Yeah.
lot of people that are in that, like, that aren't us YouTube guys buying up every single new vehicle that comes out. So we
Yeah.
always feel like there needs to be a new one.
Yeah.
I have 4 Creightons already. Well, you shouldn't have 4 Creightons. Like, you're stupid. Like,
For a new body. Yeah. For a new like versus like just go buy the body. No, that's the thing that's
be
kind of
upset
nice
about
like,
it.
yeah. When you
But
were
if they
talking,
make it so that the upgrade parts work on the old ones, people can be like, you know what? It still fits the same mold of the old one. I'm gonna get that upgrade for mine. Like the
Yeah.
LMT running upgrades, you can upgrade your old LMTs with a lot of those parts to
yeah,
make your old one better like the new one. That's a good upgrade. They were solid upgrades on the LMT 2.0, but it didn't
right.
completely make their old one obsolete, because you can get
Right.
the axles of the new one to replace your old ones when you break them.
Well, and I wonder
And
if that's
people
part of the
hate them, but
problem with Associated and with Element. Element's been super stagnant, right? But everything they came out with after the first Sendero is backwards compatible with their elements, right? Like everything they've done fits in with the old Element, whatever the car was before. Associated, when it comes to their race cars, they do probably up to 0.3 is the most, maybe. So like they just came out with the new stadium truck, right? They're probably going to have a new RC10 T7.1 after this one. So it's going to be this one, then it's going to be a 0.1, and then it's going to be a 0.2, and then they'll go on to the T8, right? But
you
all
even
the
as a
parts,
race person realize that, like, the race scene especially changes and parts go a lot faster
yes
than
and
other
no,
things.
though. Yeah, yes and no, though,
Certain things still
because
fit. Turnbuckles, certain like elements like that are gonna carry over.
A-arms still
arms.
fit.
Yeah, a lot of
So
those.
so a
It's
lot of
other
that stuff.
geometry that changes, but
Yeah, and so it's just changing one part, changing the shock tower or whatever will change the geometry of a lot. That's kind of like, for instance, like the big thing that just got changed in the T7 and the was it SC7 is the transmission. So
yeah.
they went to a 5-gear transmission, and now it's a 2-gear transmission, or I don't know, 3-gear, whatever it is.
Yeah.
But there's just one huge gear in it because people were blowing up the gears with the mod power, and now they have just one big gear in there. But it's the same housing. So everything
So you can
fits
put it
within
in the
this.
new ones. Yeah. So you can put it in
Right.
your old one. Yeah.
Right.
Here's some good. Did we talk about Harleys? He said we got spoiled post COVID. Did we mention that?
Yeah. Yep.
So you did say that already,
Yep.
or no? But he's very
Yes.
true, right? Like there was a
Oh, for
lot
sure.
of stuff that came out, a lot of new stuff, but a
Well,
lot of
even
it
right
still
before
shared
that
parts.
too.
Like even like the on-road
Well,
Armos kind of shared some stuff. Like they're
that's what I
pretty
was
good
saying
about
about Element.
sharing. Yeah,
Yeah, because Element came out in like 2018, and then all their parts are backwards compatible.
right.
Uh, what is this?
Um,
Designing RCs is a game of shaving pennies to save 30 to 130% cost added on top. Huge effect to some of these companies. Oh, for sure.
right, because of tariffs right now.
Mm.
RC Jeep guy, hold on to parts. That's smart. Get parts for stuff. There's a couple things that in the comments are talking about what we're talking about. Jeff, this is something I talked to Horizon about a lot this past weekend. People there, what can they do to the SCX24? I think that's one that can be completely upgraded from the ground up
Now,
because as it
yeah.
is, one, the market's already flooded, but the parts that are being flooded in that work with it will work with any new one because they aren't a copy of what Axial did. They're completely new axle sets and they're completely done different.
Mhm.
That I think that they could redo it and it's not going to hurt them because people are already changing them so wildly and those parts are so readily available that anything in that size frame will still transfer over. But what they could do is make it where people don't necessarily have to change so many of those parts over. If they can make
Right.
them steer more, you might not need to go and buy new axles as your first upgrade, you know? So
Right.
I think there's some stuff they
Or
can do to make it way
well,
better and not care that they're completely changing the whole thing because
I
it's
hate
still
saying it.
also adaptable.
Yeah, I hate saying that, but I think that's part of the why Traxxas is successful is because, for instance, if they upgraded something to have more steering in the SCX24 and you broke something and it was cheaper to buy a replacement axle that worked better than it was to go out and buy a fancy axle that worked the same as the new upgraded axle,
Yeah.
you're going to buy that cheap axle, right? And just break it a couple more times and and then you'll do what RC Jeep guy said, you buy 3 of them at a time. And
Yeah.
one of the things that I think this is what hurts the RC, like this whole thing, is that Axial 32 said, or someone said, oh, double A day. I bought a SCX10 Pro kit and it was obsolete before I got it. I still haven't built it. The problem with the RC market is that they don't mark down a whole lot. So like the life cycle of sales doesn't dictate the price very often, right? They'll have flash sales, but it's not like if there was SEX 10 2s out there and they were being sold for $150 new kits versus the 10-3 base camp or whatever. You know what I mean? Like they don't keep them. It's just like once they get something there, they kill the product line completely. And
that'd be my one hope is that they wouldn't kill the SCX24 line because there's so much aftermarket for the 24 scale and it's a huge industry and market. But I told them like the thing that people should be able to keep out of your vehicle or want to, or even make upgraded housings for them, but still use your internals would be your transmission and your axles. If you can make those two things so that people want them, people are always going to change frames just to what they think is the coolest new, or they're going to 3D print one.
Right.
But if they can, but even if you use like the Proline shocks, those things are awesome. Like you move into that.
Yeah, this is a good point, Josh.
There isn't margin. People don't realize that there's not that much margin on it.
Right. I think that's what people don't understand too when it comes to team driver stuff. You know, people get all upset because team drivers get a discount or whatever. And it's like some of these smaller companies are eating money even though they're not giving the stuff free to the team driver, they might be eating a lot of like a loss. You know, they're getting the marketing.
3D printing everything that they sell as their market.
Right.
And not so much.
Right.
We've collectively bought into the idea that new always means better. So I would say RC bashers are at a level they've never been at before.
Yeah.
They're pretty amazing. The durability that they have, insane.
Yeah.
And that's what we're asking for new and more in, right? It's like
Right.
sometimes just stop wanting and just keep going out and having fun with what you got. Like
Yeah.
somebody said at Crawler Baller, so he reduced his spending 90% and his enjoyment has gone up 10 times.
Oh, for sure.
Right?
Yeah.
Because it's not about buying the newest thing isn't gonna make you happier.
No.
Like if you have an RC that's capable and it can give you happiness going out and bashing it, you don't really need something new and new innovation. Like
No.
it's cool to see it for the sake of like the motorcycle. That is truly a new innovation that did
Sure.
not push anything out of market.
Right.
Right. It's not like saying, all right, Arma, we just did a whole new thing that's now gonna disrupt our whole lineup of Creighton because we found this brand new way of doing it all. So all that we used to do is old and we're, but they can only support so many too, right? Like because people are gonna either buy one and not buy the other to the point where we're just gonna get rid of it because nobody's buying it because they're all buying the new thing.
Right.
And so that's the reason for supporting it, dropping it, or whatever. So it's a fine dance that these companies have to make. And I don't I don't envy them at all.
No.
But I do see like some of them that have had a good long run and you can see that the market has moved beyond them.
Yeah.
Draw from that inspiration that everybody's already done and make your starting product better.
Yeah.
Because it's not hurting you in those elements, right? Like the Creightons and stuff, maybe electronics they could do better.
Yeah.
Right. And that's the one thing they do running changes on. And that doesn't really change any of the other parts that you would buy that are already so good and so strong.
Right.
I think again, like me wanting that Flux, those people that want a Creighton right now but can't afford it and hope to one day get one, a new color scheme that comes out, they may love that. Oh man, I'm gonna get it, and they just came out with the new one I really love. Like I'll save up and get that one. So it isn't.
Well, that was my UDR, right? When
Yeah.
I got the UDR, I was like, I've been wanting that thing for a long time. I got it secondhand, but it still was kind of getting that unicorn. The big and the irony. So my biggest unicorn RC was my Cloudbuster.
Yep.
And I got it.
It hasn't been changed in 35, 40 years.
I know. I got it 30 years later.
You don't need new stuff. You can have so much fun with something that's old and been around forever.
Yeah. Yep. And it's fun. And to that point, like I was just telling someone, I just think I was telling you this morning. I think I want another SMT 10 just to build and just
that was one of those things where they made a new one, they made a new and better, and they completely obsoleted the old one.
Yep.
So now we have them and we have tens of them. Like I have a bunch of SMT 10s worth nothing.
Right.
They're still awesome and fun to run. I wish I could, but I'm afraid to because if I break it,
you can find parts.
Yeah, I just have to mount up like LMT axles to it. Which is not it's not doable, right?
Right.
Like you could do that. You could take links and you could put other axles under it when the other one, or you could get rift axles, or you could get something else like
or brass ring fab axles.
Yeah,
that's the way to go.
Oh, dude, that would be a sick way to go.
See, now we're talking.
So there's some ways to do it, but it definitely hurt some of that. But there comes a time where it does run its course, and like I think that one did, and it was time for the LMT to come out. Like,
well, that was also a new innovation of monster trucks. Like, it wasn't just a version of the SMT or a version of a plate chassis monster truck coming out. It was all new. Like everything was, ground up. It was a different truck. So you don't see that a lot.
Cars were so much more expensive. It's as much as we complain about the price going up, they were more expensive back in 2009. Yeah. Like an RTR low C10 was expensive for a brushless short course, like 650. Now
Well,
you
yeah,
can get
because
them
I don't
for
even think they had
400
brushless
bucks.
back in 2009. You probably
Well,
had
it's
to get
2000 when I buy mine. I didn't even start till 2013, but it's still more expensive.
Oh, for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, and that's what I was talking about. Like when I was in crawlers, right? And when I first started, there really wasn't a brushless censored crawler thing that you could get into without spending another $300 on an ESCN motor.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, and now it's like it's much easier to get to.
I like watching RC more than I run them right now. All these RC channels. Traded my Unicorn Snap-on Ultimate Hauler for a 42-inch blackjack. Ooh, those are pretty sweet too, though.
Yeah.
Yeah. GCRC says he runs his. Actually, mine are pretty strong. I'm not gonna lie.
Well, yeah. I don't think that. Yeah. I mean, I just miss having my backyard monster truck zone. You know what I mean? Like,
area.
yeah, that was so much fun.
And
And
I want to be clear too, though. I'm not bashing Thunder RC and what he was thinking either. Like it just made me think, right? Like, because I too get in those moments, like, man, another one of these. Why don't we just do, like, why doesn't Arma make a real, even if it's independent suspension, but a 4-wheel drive monster truck? Like they did the Gorgon 2-wheel drive, but they did the 4-wheel drive for the Grom. It's like, why not do it for the bigger one? Like the Granite, the Big Rock, and the Vortex are all too close to each other to even deserve being 3 different trucks.
Right.
Do a monster truck one, do a truggy one, do a buggy one, do a short course one. Right. You're good. But do a real monster truck one, like monster truck it up. Get some
real axles,
some height to it, man. I don't think they're gonna do axles just because of braking. Like they're not bashable.
Yeah.
But make it stand tall. Like make it like the Gorgon and the others. Make it have some height to it and want to roll and do wheelies and stuff. But don't make it a
Matt Flanders says my 90s Tyco Typhoon hovercraft ripped and no one convinced me otherwise.
Those were sweet.
Dude, I remember that turbo. I think Josh talked about that today in the Scale News about the 9.6V turbo. That was the Bandit. I had the Bandit and the was it Grasshopper? That was a Tamiya one. Or did they have another one called? I think they just had one called the Hopper. Was the Tyco one. I had a bunch of those.
This is actually one I do want. I do want
the
Techno MT410 V2.
Yep.
I need to now.
I was this close to putting in an application for Olivia to be a techno driver, and that was one of the drivers for it, because they have that and they have a short course truck too that's pretty sick. I was like,
body's gotta go.
Yeah.
First thing.
Maybe
it doesn't come
I wonder if that's just something that's happening in the market right now. Hold on.
I don't think it comes with the body.
He's saying he's going through a phase right now, buying old RCs. Picked up a SMT 10 laser nut 10.2. Makes me appreciate my Vanquish rigs more. Plus, it's fun to breathe life into older rigs. Totally fun. I had the same thing.
I sold my laser nut at Gauntlet, and I kind of regret it. I really like it.
One of the first vlogs that I did, the Turbo Hopper, that's what he called it. One of the first vlogs I did was, I called it the Daddy's Home vlog, because the kids and my wife went on vacation. I had to work, and I got an old Rustler and totally redid it, and we ran it, and it has old shocks on it, an old servo, all that kind of stuff. And the hard thing is, like what you're saying about losing value and all that. I was talking to my daughter about it. I was like, should we just sell this? And she goes, who would buy that? And I was like, I don't know. It's an old 2-wheel drive Rustler, and it's
I was looking at some of my 24 scale monster truck chassis I have. I'm like,
oh yeah,
but just throw it out. Like what?
Right? Yeah.
Who's gonna want it right now? The 18 scale ones are out. The new HPI.
Well, and then buying parts for it. Good luck trying to find parts for that.
Well, that's just STX24s. That's not the motor is the hardest thing to find for that.
Yeah,
you can still get all the parts.
Yeah,
easy. because all the drive shafts from 18 to 24 are pretty similar. It's the same
Yeah.
outdrive size.
Mhm.
I don't know why they don't key all of them. I'm so sick of just the rounded out holes and not having the D shape. Oh, that drives
You're
me
all about
crazy.
that D shape. I was thinking, I don't know what the wheelbase is on the 18th scale Red Cat, the crawler, but I was thinking about wanting to get one because I have that. Remember how I painted that hearse body and I made it into the monster truck body? And then we looked up to see how much that model was. And the model was like a $400 model. And I was like, whoops. Oh, well, the surfing
Mm-hmm.
hearse model, like actual AMC model or whatever. I was thinking about getting a 18th scale crawler and putting that on there and just having it be a crawler and have fun with it.
That'd be pretty cool.
Heck yeah.
You can
Olivia
always
was
shorten wheelbases, dude. You can
Huh?
make things.
I know, but I don't want to. I want to just put a
Bend it.
body on it.
Just
Huh?
bend them until you get it to the length you want. High
I
clearance.
don't know if it's long enough. Yeah.
Super high clearance.
Yeah. I don't know if it's long enough because the wheelbase on this body is pretty long.
Mm.
So that's the
Well, some of the good things that companies do, and they release new stuff that's cool, like Vanquish, but they still share parts, right? And SKUs.
What's up, Tommy?
And so that's always good when companies do that kind of thing where they bring you something new that you want, but it's still using their well-known parts that have been around and you know the quality of them. So their transmissions and stuff like that, right? They haven't redesigned it from the ground up. But anyway, that was just one of those fun things. I saw it and I was like, yeah, I do want new stuff. And I'm like, well, not at the cost though of putting things into like obscurity, like
Right.
and that's the one thing, as much as we make fun of, Traxxas isn't coming out with anything new, they're not innovating. When they do, they drop things like pretty big, like the sand
Yep.
car or totally redesigned mini lineup, that of their
Right.
own minis. E-Revo for better or worse, with the 2.0. I don't think it ever had the life that the 1.0 had as far as favorability among people. So
Well, wasn't the X Max the new version of the T Max back in the day? Like, it wasn't that and then the T Max kind of. I mean, they still sell it, but it's like
E-Max,
it's
but
gone.
yeah, it's just bigger. It's way different though. I mean, that
Yeah,
was a
but that's what
ground
I
up
mean.
new design, but also like they've taken those design elements that are so strong and put it into other trucks, which is great. Yeah, I don't mind trucks that love to roll. The Rift is a rollover king. Yeah, guess what? You watch crawlers out there, man. Those things freaking roll a lot.
Yeah,
Rock
they like to
bouncers.
go. Yep, those rock bouncers like to do straight lines and go really slow, and when they make a turn, and then shoot the gap. So
Yeah.
it's funny. Andrew Chung was talking about the Baja Ray. That was another one that I was like, man, I kind of want a Baja Ray back. RC Jeep guy has my Baja Ray. That was all tubed out. It's like
I need to
kinda
get
wanna
more
do that
body
again.
spacers for mine, but I don't think they just sell them. You got to buy
Yeah.
the whole cage, which is a bummer. I don't like that design of how the body mounts.
Yeah.
I do, but I don't. I get it, but it's easy to lose those pieces.
Oh, yeah. For sure.
Because I took them off in order to put on the paddle tires because it was rubbing
Oh,
too
yeah.
much. I didn't want to ruin the body.
Oh, actually,
Now
I
I'm
gotta
missing
ask
tips.
Chong something. Chong, are you still serious about making a short course? Because I got your parts. They're sitting on somewhere around here. I got parts for a short course if you're interested. If
Oh,
not, let me
maybe.
know and I'll just change Dalton's into a short course too. But they're ready to go if you're interested.
Maybe I can.
What are you trying to do?
Or those spacers.
You're like,
I just
wait a
mentioned
minute.
it. I'm like, well, maybe, man, it looked well enough the one day. They seem to have it parted out pretty good. I'll tell you. All right, so let's talk.
Last topic. What do you want to talk about?
Crawlers.
Crawlers.
Just in general, you just said that you got the itch for it again.
Oh, bro, yeah. So Jason knows. I was kind of going through my stuff because I rearranged, and I have like 3 crawlers that I started building that I never got to, including
Right?
yours. Yours
is
is so
true.
close. Yours is so
So
close. I need to just do it. Like, I need to just do
do
it.
it, man. Just do it.
Oh,
Don't you want to go
Dusty
home?
Bar.
Just go home.
I know. But I started getting the itch, and now that we're in like the cold months, so we're only going to be racing once or twice a month now, because they spread, it's every other week or so they spread it out.
Right.
So I'll have time to go out on like a Saturday morning and go hit a few lines and then come back and make some videos and stuff like that. Dude, I think I'm gonna remember when I made the run at YouTube and I got monetized over the winter?
Yeah, and then
I think
never
I'm gonna
figured out how to get your money.
Yeah, I know my money's still sitting in YouTube. Yeah.
It's in
Thanks, YouTube.
purgatory.
I know.
The YouTube purgatory.
RC Jeep guy says, "How bad do you want your Baja Ray back, Pablo?" Not that bad. But
It's the button set. Oh, I guess. right, go
I
ahead.
do want to build another one, I think is what it is. But no, I think I'm gonna do another run at it, like just for fun. Like make some more crawler vids, make some more. I have a big. Let me show you this, Tony. You're gonna think of speaking of AI, you're gonna be like, why did you nerd out so hardcore? And it's because I needed to. I had all these ideas, and I was like, how am I gonna execute this without a plan? Right? Oof. My backpack smells like beef jerky. Like
Not
elf.
sponsored.
You smell not sponsored. Yeah. You smell like beef and cheese. So you probably can't. Can you see how thick that is?
Yeah, it's pretty thick.
Yeah, that's what she said. What? Anyways, so what I was gonna say was that I have 14 videos planned out with shot lists and all that kind of stuff.
AI is your
And
friend.
Story arc, all that kind of thing. So
Did AI write your storyboard?
no, I wrote it and I threw it. I've been writing it for the last 3 months, and then I threw it into AI and be like, make sense of this.
Nobody
wanna
wants
do
your scripted.
I know. It's not a script. It's
Don't make a video.
It's a format, is what it is. Stepped away, missed your question, went back.
I don't try hard enough at life.
Yes.
I realize I'm 46 years old. I sit on here on YouTube talking to grown men about toy cars.
Yeah. Well, hey, sometimes you got to do
People
what
are
you
28 years old and they're writing the Abraham Accords. Somewhere my life went like this when theirs went like this.
Well, yeah, there's that. But I mean, it's all pretty much summed up in your T-shirt, because who wants that poop?
All right, so I went crawling this past weekend. When you didn't,
yeah.
I took advantage of your rocks.
Yeah,
out west.
I like
and
rocks.
I had an absolute blast. My feet
Yeah.
hurt. Hey dudes were not a good choice.
No, I could have told you that.
You know
All
where
my
they
shoes
were
are like
the
hiking
worst?
shoes.
The worst spot that they were was on the cement, like the pavement
Yeah.
walking back to the campground, because it's like this old asphalt with the rocks in it, but they stick up out like, dude, that stuff just went through the soles of my shoes. At least where we were on the rocks out there, they were huge rocks. And so
Yeah.
you were just like stepping on concrete. It felt like it was just
Ugh,
the worst part with the Hey Dudes is when you're downhilling, descending, your feet just slip in the
push
fabric.
forward. Yeah.
Oh, like jam your cuticles around your toenails.
Yeah.
Oh, it's the worst.
I know.
I would have been better off in Crocs. But not really, because all the little pebbles would get in them. It would have been miserable.
I know.
But you know what? Why I don't wear normal shoes, right? Because of the bone spur on my heel.
Your heel.
I
Yeah, I was
can't
going to
do,
ask if you got
big
that
boot
fixed.
type stuff. I haven't got it fixed
Yeah.
yet. So I have to have something loose on the back of my heel. But yeah. Don't cry for me. It's all right. Okay, I got like these horns. I feel like Batman right there.
Yeah.
Dude, I had so much fun. The Red Cat Vertex 6 is everything that everybody's saying it is. It's that good.
Did you run it?
Uh-huh. I loaned one from Red Cat off their table.
Oh, nice.
Yeah. They
You're
said
like, yoink.
They said I could. They even gave me batteries.
They gave it to me.
They gave it to me. Put some good scratches on it for them. Put it back on their table when I was done.
You're like, I'm going to leave this one right here.
Dude, it was really good. The
Good.
Helamon was really good.
Really?
I really liked it.
Yeah.
But being completely honest, like the ASD doesn't unlock every time, and that's a little disappointing.
Did it have a strong enough servo? Or is
It's
it just
not shouldn't be
mechanical?
about that because it pulled the piece out. I just don't get why whatever's being jammed in there to disengage, when it gets pulled out, why does it stay locked?
Mm.
And maybe it isn't
Is
a
it
strong
like
enough
a gear-
servo that
like-
when it's like when you're doing the pull, you got the gear locked and you turn, maybe it does pull, but because it's now so tight from you having
Right. That's what I was
also
going to say. Again,
bound it up as you dragged against it, that it doesn't pull all the way out.
Right.
So maybe a stronger servo would be good. I don't know. It's relying on springs, he says. So it's a little bit of a bummer that it doesn't, because I like the feature. It's a pretty good feature right there. But the fact that you make these gains with it and then you have to reverse is kind of a bummer.
Yeah.
I would rather just be forced steer. Don't deal with all that stuff. Maybe use the dig instead. Just a regular dig. Which it has the option to put in. Like you could move and do dig on it. But there was time I was like, man, this would be rad if it's forced steer like the Capra. So, but as far as the size of it and everything, I really enjoyed driving it.
Good.
So, and with the size of rocks and stuff we have here, I feel like it's probably a better, like, more usable truck than the Vertex for my specific area. If I was out there, dude, I'd be Vertex all day long. Super rad. But like the cage, I felt like the suspension worked well. The tires weren't terrible. Like I thoroughly enjoyed driving it. So and the thing didn't bind every time, but when it did, it was like when you really needed it not to. It's like, oh man, I'm really up on a rock hanging, and I made this gain to get that front tire just over, and I'm gonna need it to pull, but I can't because the tire's stuck. So I have to like tap it into reverse to get it to break free, and then it slips out. You're like, dang it. But overall, liked it.
Cool.
But it was fun to just get out there and crawl different things. Well, you heard I've almost got my wife convinced that I should spend $1,400 on fake rocks. Almost.
Fake rocks?
I mean, I'm pretty close. Yeah.
What do you mean fake rocks?
Universal rocks.
What do you mean
that are used for like lizard cages. I have.
I know what you're talking about. Like the foam rocks.
Yeah, they're faux rocks.
Yeah, they're like sand shot rocks. Yeah, no, I know what you're talking about.
Don't
you guys have a rock quarry out there? You just don't want to move them.
No, I don't want to. I don't have to go that far.
And you've got $1,500
is what I almost ever convinced that I need to spend.
Right.
No, not mountain blocks, Harley. This is even better. All right, are you guys ready for this?
I'm ready.
I'm ready for this. Dun, dun, dun.
Please don't.
I need some John
Anytime
Ted in my life. Said nobody ever. No, that's better. I don't know. Look at us. Look how cool we look.
Wow.
Keep
Professional.
just a second. This right here. These textured 6 foot by 12 foot panel. It's rubber. Excellent
Dave,
for 24
well,
scale.
Washburn says, do it. Do it. Do it.
I could roll it up and put
Do
it
it.
in my trailer and take it places
Do it.
and do comps. Take 4 tables
Do it.
because they're 6 foot tables, right? By
Let's
3
have
foot.
8 foot tables.
You get 8 foot. Yeah, that would give extra room. I don't want that, dude. I want it to be edge to edge. And then just put this on it. And if it ever got boring, you know what you do with it because it's rubber? You put
Jump on
something
it.
underneath it to bend, like to make the middle elevate or the edges elevate.
Yeah. Yep.
It's so cool.
Do it.
Like here's another look at like the terrain. Like these these V notches in here. This is
Mhm.
what Axial had for their SCX 30 table. And I
Yeah.
couldn't stop.
Bro, I want one of those
Wanting
so
it.
bad for my desk at work. I told you about my desk, how I have probably at least a 6 foot table.
So if you
underneath
get
the
it for your
window.
desk, you should order a sample of this. It's only 35 bucks. Just put this on your desk and just
I should
crawl all
order
over
a
it.
sample through the business because we do all those kind of weird faux things and be
Yeah.
like, hey, I need like a box of these to put on my desk and test them out. I need to test to see
Look at
how.
it. Here it is all rolled up, dude. So you just peel that thing up.
Nice.
See the hills and
You
stuff
could
in it?
crawl with a real truck?
Yeah. Wash it down if a kid pukes on it. Cut it with a knife just cuz.
Yeah. Awesome.
I mean, it was one of those things where I'm like, I have to have this. And then I saw the price and I was like, I still have to have this. But it's a much harder sell than I thought it was going to be originally.
Yeah. Or you could just do it the old way, paper mache.
I was so bummed. No, you can't fold it up and take it away like this. This is so durable, and you can't bend it. Like, you know what I was doing? People were doing lines, and it was like, this corner is boring. I lifted the corner like I would have put a piece of like angled, like a triangle of wood in that corner to elevate it, and the lines got hard.
Yeah.
That's all it would take, and it just laid up on there perfect and made this new
Put a
hill.
basketball. Put some
Put a
baseballs
basketball
or
under a
softball.
spot, dude. Yeah.
Yeah.
I was like, just $1,500. I mean, what else would
That's
I do
it.
with $1,500? It's just like I buy a Reeves XP10.
Hey, you could do that. Could do that.
How come just roll it up? I could take it to car shows and charge little kids like $5 for 5 minutes with an SCX 30 on there.
Yeah.
I could put thumbtacks in it for my gates.
You could
jump on it, charge people to jump on it.
And then at night, when you sleep in your trailer, you can just roll it out and sleep on it.
There you go. Got pillows on there.
Yeah.
Dude, I mean, if you
like
could have
massaging.
seen how perfect the thing was for the SCX 30,
Yeah,
it was insane.
I can imagine that.
But for hobby shops too, like it's so lightweight.
Yeah.
That they can just, if they don't want to leave it out all the time, they can, or they have a display in a middle somewhere, but they want to have a competition on a certain night of the week. They can move the stuff out of the way, put a table down, and
you could just leave it in the bed of your truck. And then when you want to crawl, roll up your tonneau.
We talked about that, just rolling around and could
like
they
a
make
mobile
a tonneau cover out of it?
Yeah. Oh, there you go.
It would also be a really cool studio wall. You're right. Have you seen these? There's cheaper ones. So I was already on the page.
Jason, I saw your message. Yes, we'll have to go out crawling on a Saturday. For show.
Like this one's only $1,000, and it's still pretty. It's 4x11, so you lose 2 feet and 1 foot. But it's still got some pretty good lines to it, it looks like.
There you go. Look on Temu.
I
Tony's
mean, that's
like,
pretty aggressive.
no one can see it, but it's a
Oh,
cool
so-
story that you're seeing. Great story, Tony.
This one's cheaper.
How can you crawl?
This would be a
upside
good
down?
background wall. Look at all that terrain to crawl over.
Yeah.
But yeah, they have all these different ones that are varying prices. 8x6. This one doesn't look terrible either for 10x6.
Yeah. How do they put two panels together?
I have no idea.
Asking for a friend. Ooh, Tommy
Harley?
and Sean wants to come out too. We'll have a crawling party. I wonder if there's any crawling places at the hangar. Bro, if I had Facebook on this computer, I'd have to show you the hangar. It is dope. What they're doing,
Yeah.
Die Hard's doing, so cool. So cool. Actually, I might.
I mean, I could have all the way from there. Like I could have a whole crawler course behind me here. 6 foot by 12 foot. Boom.
Boom.
Making all the videos right there.
Do it.
They are
Do it.
seaming 2 panels because I'll show you like the one that I like, they have it as a whole wall. Right here. Like one of the things that they show is like outside.
Oh,
That's
yeah.
another cool thing. If you wanted to leave it outside, it's indestructible. I mean, I'm about to buy this. Face the repercussions of my actions.
I won't tell anyone.
I know, but you can't really hide a 12 foot by 6 foot fake rock. I can just put it outside where I have my outdoor crawler course and just pretend like they gave it to me. It's real.
She'd never know. Just tell her you built it.
I prayed for it and it showed up. God put those rocks there. They're real. But yeah,
That's-
anyway, that was one of my favorite things.
I got one. I got one. So I don't know if you can hear the audio. Can you hear the audio? I'm turning it down.
Rainforest Cafe Studio. It's so true.
Right.
It does look like Rainforest Cafe.
This is our new track. They're working on it. It's
Oh, it's huge. Open air.
vintage aircraft carrier or hangar. World War II aircraft hangar. How sick is this? Let's see. They're building this is going to be all the pits out here.
Greenhouse.
Yeah.
Is it going to be closed in? Oh, they are putting walls up.
Yep. Walls up. We're going to run nitro. And then one door is open, but you can close it. Both ends.
Yeah, so it can be
Yeah.
open for breezes through in the summer.
Yeah.
Are they going to
Well,
run it in the summer? Or it's only for winter.
It's only for winter, as far as I can tell right now. But so see the back walls all closed up there.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's gonna
Jeff
be
Brown
pretty
just-
sick, dude.
Just jumped in. He runs our local hobby shop with all the rocks. He just missed my brilliant idea of what he should get next.
There you go. That's what I'm excited to run in the winter time is this why won't it let me close this now? That's weird. There it goes. Anyways,
I would
Yeah.
like to thank everybody for being on my side on this one, by the way. Do it. Right. Do it. I'd use that.
yeah.
That's sick.
Yeah.
Oh my. Yeah. They're all on for it.
It's a great idea.
He says, oh boy, he doesn't know. All right. Well, I'm going to show you real quick, Jeff. This right here. This can be your SCX 30 crawler course for comps, 6 foot by 12 foot. It's rubber. Silicone.
Did it say how much? Did it say how much it weighs? There's got to be
Um,
specs on it.
Oh, here's an example of it. I didn't see this.
Wow.
Cavern wall. Yeah, I mean it's so fantastic.
Just say it was on sale.
Oh, look at
It's
you
on
can have, you
clearance.
can have a water feature. So you could have a hole in the bottom of one of those where the water would then come out and go down into a bucket that would have a pump that would keep it circulating. So you could have a water feature under the table.
Yeah.
I mean, I feel like I'm really selling 75 pounds.
That's
It
not
ain't
bad.
light, but it ain't heavy.
No. Real rainforest cafe, Harley says. Dave Walter says, Tony, GoFundMe will work.
GoFundMe.
Jeff Brown. Yeah. Jeff Brown says, no water. Tell your missus it was 3,000. Then tell her you're saving money by buying it.
Yeah.
You're getting it for half off, Tony.
Yeah. Oh, starting at $84 a month with 0% APR with a firm.
Oh, hey, there you go.
Ooh, I can pay for that for the rest of my life.
Yeah.
Fire retardant.
That's cool.
Yeah, it's good. Flexibility is about a 3. Yeah.
RC Crawler Cafe, Chong says. Yeah.
Blending. They
Steve
blend
Beth,
pretty well.
1313 says, that's RC math. Yeah. That's like what I was
This
talking
would be
about.
cool. Like, yeah, I mean, if you had a bar or something and you want to bring in a crawler course, this would be good because you can just hose it down. People spilled their drinks on it. That was an idea I had one time to have like a brewery / crawler
I think I
course.
might have beat you to that. We had a license, a name and a license,
Really?
business license for it. Yeah.
There was this perfect opening venue here in Coopersville. That would have been great for it.
My neighbor was literally ready to pop the month
Yeah.
before the Rona hit.
It's a
Do you
good
remember
thing
that?
we did it.
You remember that logo that I designed that was Trail Ops RC?
Yeah.
And it was like rotating. That was the name of it, Trail, because he was a military guy.
Nice.
We went and looked at places to rent and everything.
But I wouldn't want to have to run it for the hours and whatever that you'd need to for it.
Yeah.
But it'd be fun for people that aren't even there to RC just to watch the crowd that does come into RC. You know, you get that kind of
There was a place that was kind of like
people
that.
watching for the other people. Hey, let's go
Is
drink
there
and
any-
watch those guys that drive the RC cars on those fake rocks.
Let's take all their girlfriends. If anyone's in the Northwest here, there was a place called, what was it called? It was King RC. I don't remember, but it was down in Auburn. And it was like that. They had tables set up around the perimeter and a big crawl space in the middle. It was all indoor and it had a hobby shop and we could order food there. That's where we had my kid's birthday. And exciting news, CCXRC is signing a lease for Reaction expansion. There you go. There you go. Congratulations, Tony. Just got suckered into it. You're like,
No,
"No,
but I
buddy."
could see this being one of the things that you roll up to the car shows for sure. It'd be easy.
Oh yeah.
An
Oh yeah.
easy little thing to set up.
Yep. Shoot, if you had an old truck, you could just roll it over the hood and onto the roof of your old truck,
Oh, that would be cool.
and then you have like a
Drive
hill
right on
climb.
a car.
Yeah,
You and your ideas, Pablo.
I know. Just get a Geo Metro. That way,
I think that would be showing up at car shows.
it would if it was covered in that stuff and you could crawl all over it. That'd be pretty sick. All right, Tony, we gotta go.
All right, we got to wrap it.
It's 8:00.
Oof.
I know.
It's 11 o'clock here.